my name is Nina Camplin and I'm the online arts facilitator for the VC Gallery. As we're on the run up towards Christmas now, we're doing a kind of Christmas theme every week, and this week we're looking at poinsettias. It's rumoured that that is why we use red and green for all Christmas decorations, because it came from the poinsettia to begin with. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to paint a little poinsettia. Now I'm going to do this in watercolour just because I received my first Christmas gift, which was a handmade palette by my friend Sarah Gain, and I really was dying to use it, so I'm going to put this in watercolour. So let me flip the camera first of all. So what I've done here is I've started by putting down a lemon yellow wash. If you saw the event page for this, you will have seen that I put on a previous painting that I did of a poinsettia, which was one I used for a Christmas card, and this was actually done with inks, and it was a lot more pinky than red. You do get variations of poinsettia, so you can get some that have red middles and some that have pink, and some that are variegated that have kind of a creamy yellow, and I decided to go with the creamy yellow as a base. So this is a lemon yellow wash. Now what I'm going to use, I'm going to start off with the centre. They have, I'll show you a picture actually, some pictures that I found on Google. They have these kind of like buds in the middle. So I'm going to start off by using just a cotton bud to put in some buds. And this is using, I think it was a bit of crimson and a little bit of cadmium red, so I'm going to go with that, and because it's still wet it is bleeding out a little bit, which is fine. And then for the small leaves in the middle, I'm using this brush here, and they need to be quite small, the centre leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by just touching the brush to the paper and then gradually pushing down on it as I come towards the centre, and then you get a leaf shape. And I'm going to do, say, let's do 3 of these around. And then for the next size up, I'm going to just give myself a guide. I'm going to go in the middle of each of these. So I'm going to go around, just giving myself an outline. This is going to be quite a lot bigger. First of all, I think what I'm going to do is put some, just give it a wash over the whole leaf. And then I'm going to drop in some colour from the base in the centre and just let it spread out. And now I'm going to give myself some more guides. This time I'm going to come from here. And these ones I'm going to do even twice as big as the ones I've just done. Now because these middle ones are still wet, I'm going to try and avoid touching the edges of those, and I'm going to do the same as I did with these. I'm just going to fill the petal up with water, just coming around it. I have touched that, but I'm not going to worry about it. You can see it's starting to bleed out a little bit. And what I'm doing now is just mixed a violet. I want to put it in around the background in the centre here to make the background sit back a bit further. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very watered down version of the red and just put another indication of more leaves in behind. We can also add some green in. What you can do while it's still slightly wet is you can start to put in an indication of the veins on the leaves. I think it's still too wet at the moment. Oh, here we go. You can actually use the end of your brush for this, using a scalpel. As you can see, it's still very wet. What you can do is if you leave it to dry, you can then start going in with a finer brush and tidying up some of the detail. So where you've got round like the edges of the flowers disappearing here, you can make the background a bit darker. So I think it would just bleed. I'll go close to it so you can see how this will make it stand out. So I'm using the green. This is mixed with some of the violet. And you can see how adding the dark colour behind that lifts the edge of that leaf. You can do the same with this, where this is still, we've lost the edge of this leaf. I'm going to scratch it back in again. Same with this one. And there we have a nice loose watercolour poinsettia. If you're inspired to do some of your own painting at home, whether it's poinsettia or anything else that's like Christmas inspired, please do post it on our VC Gallery Facebook page because we'd love to see it. And I'll see you again next week. Bye!